What's going on, Show Nation? It's Movie with Movie Gaming TV, and in today's video, we are going to talk about hitting tips. We're going to talk about 12 things that can make you a better hitter, 12 tips that I have written down that we're going to talk about that can make you a better hitter in MLB The Show 19. Now, I have a hitting tips 1.0 and a hitting tips 2.0, but it is long past overdue for me to update the hitting tips video for the season. So you guys can see I'm at a 1002 rating this season, and I believe I'm hitting like 312. I'm not sure what my lifetime average is, but I'm pretty sure I hit around 300 last season as well. I was just warming up, literally just warming up, because challenges of the week is a great way to warm up before you play Diamond Dynasty. Just go play a couple of rounds of this. And I actually ended up getting 8th place and 15,000 stubs just for warming up. But for the first tip, I do want to hop into practice mode because I think I need a certain part of the strike zone to show you guys something right off the bat. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Okay, so the first tip I have for you guys is I like to start my PCI a little bit middle inside. That really helps online versus people that you play. And you guys have seen from the previous videos, Hitting Tips 1.0 talks about setting your PCI up from where the ball is going to come out of the pitcher's hand and following it to where it needs to go from where the ball moves. Pitching Tips 2.0, I had you guys start it a little bit low so that when the pitcher throws a low pitch, you can smash it. But in Hitting Tips 3.0, this is really where I like to start it online. There's two different ways. I like to either just push up a little bit and keep it in the middle and react. That's what I was doing to have a lot of success. It kind of lets you get all over. It lets you cover all areas of the plate the best. But honestly, the best, I think, is to just set it a little bit middle inside. It really doesn't matter too much where you set it as long as you have some tension pre-pitch. But I think taking away the inside part of the plate is the best. And I don't set it all the way over here. That's not what I mean by settling it middle in. And the reason I wanted to go into this mode too was because if I set it right here, it's like right on, you can see there's those two squares. I set it like right on the middle of those two squares. You can pretty much get over to the left side of the plate pretty easily. You can protect away, and when they pitch inside, you're already set up to get ready to pull the ball to the right side the best. So I really, really, really like setting it up on the inside. That's also kind of why I like wedge right now, just because I can set that dot in the perfect spot, and it really just helps me hit a lot better when I do that. So let's get into some other tips. My main tip, guys, is watch the ball. Watching the ball is everything. It's super, super important. That's what your eyes need to be fixated on. You can relax your eyes a little bit and then hone your eyes completely in on the baseball. Absolutely, watching the ball will make you a better hitter. That needs to be your sole focus, is you need to watch the baseball. It's going to help you with a lot of different things. Your pitch recognition is going to get a lot better. You're going to be able to tell once the ball has left the guy's hand, and then let's say it's like 5 feet away from his hand. You're going to be able to tell like what kind of pitch it is, where it's going to go. Is it going to be a ball or a strike? Just watching the ball is going to be imperative. And I say that because you don't need to watch the PCI as much as you need to watch the ball. And you're naturally going to start moving the PCI to where the ball is. So it's a combination of both those things. Watching the ball and moving the PCI to the ball, but you need to watch the ball. Don't just be staring at your PCI, waiting to catch the ball with the PCI. You need to watch the ball the best that you can. Another good hitting tip is when you're playing an opponent, what do they do first pitch? Do they throw a ball first pitch? Do they throw a strike first pitch? And this is just going to be something you're to pick up throughout the game. Like, what is their tendency? Do they always throw a fastball on the first pitch? Do they always throw an off speed on the first pitch? You can start to kind of pick that up because a lot of people pitch in a very similar pattern. Another instance is 3-2. Do they like to throw it down the middle on 3-2 because they don't want to walk you? Are they scared to throw are they? I should say, are they not scared to throw a ball on 3-2, and they're not afraid to walk you? Just kind of start filing that information away as you're hitting. Like, what is their, try to pick up on their tendencies of what they like to do. That's going to keep you even more on balance, give you stuff to look for as you're hitting. Pitch recognition, it does come down to, knowing what a pitcher has in his arsenal, what they're going to do. It's always important, go and either hit R2 quickly to see what they have or pause and see what they have. So I know I'm only dealing, lots of times, like a big thing to know is, do they have a slider? Because that's one pitch that if they don't have it, you can erase out. Do they have a changeup? If they don't have it, that's a pitch you can erase out, et cetera, et cetera. So that's going to help in your pitch recognition as well. When I know they don't have a slider, I know it's either going to be probably like a fastball, a changeup, or a curveball. Say you're facing like Nolan Ryan or something like that, which is always a big bonus for Nolan Ryan that they ended up giving him a sinker. Another tip that I have for you guys is different pitchers, when you're pitching with them, they have timed releases. And let me explain what I mean about that. So let me switch over to pitching for a second. Kershaw, let's see what Brad Keller's is. This looks like a 4-second release. So from the 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of pitchers either have like 3-second releases or 4-second releases or 5-second releases. So from the time I start pulling down on the stick to the time it hits the yellow line should be about 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Keller actually has a 5-second release. And you can use that as a hitter. I believe Kershaw has a 4-second release. I'm trying to think of some other people that have some 4-second releases. I'm not sure if Oral has a 4-second release. I think Nolan Ryan might have a 5-second release. But that can help you with your timing if you know the different releases. That also can help you quite a bit with your pitching. Let's see what Duffy has. I know he's out of the stretch. This might be like a 2-second. 1, 2. That was maybe a half second longer than 2. Slide steps usually tends to be like 1, 1. 1, 2. So that's just kind of what I mean about, how long does it take till they release? It can really help you out when you're pitching a lot too. Just count it out. It's not something that I had done really too much until this year. And then I think I was playing like the Jacob deGrom moment. I know he's a 4-second for sure. And I was just like, wow, it takes exactly 4 seconds every single time for it to be, for him to release it. So that can help your timing a little bit. Like Kershaw's going to release a ball in 4 seconds. And then when he's out of the stretch, it's more like 1 second. So the next tip that I have for you guys, let's go back to batting, is something you don't want to do is you don't want to hit the ball. See, let's let him throw a pitch here, and that ball marker pops up. You don't want to hit the ball at the point of the ball marker. Like, you want to start your swing quite a bit earlier than that. You want to go and hit the ball out in front of the ball marker, if that makes sense. You don't want, that's not the point. That's too far deep for you to hit the ball in this game. I also recommend, if you really want an indicator of when to swing, to me, on like legend difficulty, you guys can see this dirt out in front of the plate. That's a good point of travel to start your swing. Once the ball gets to the edge of the dirt in front of home plate by the grass from the pitcher's mound, that's like a pretty good spot to start your swing. Not all the way back here, right at the edge of this dirt where I have like the PCI dot on it. That's where you want to be starting your swing, especially on like legend difficulty, to have pretty good timing. Another tip that you guys can use, if you're getting into a slump or something like that, or if you've got strike zone view pretty much down and you want a little bit of a challenge, maybe you're like playing moments on like All-Star or something like that, you can go into the cameras. I might have talked about this before. You can go to the cameras and go to zoom, and just take a couple swings on zoom, and then pop back in. After play the game on Zoom, kind of look at some of your team's swings, stuff like that. It's a really good way to just give yourself a little bit more of a challenge. And then when you pop back in after this play lands, when you pop back in afterwards, you know, now the interface looks really big again. You know, the ball, as you're trying to look at the ball, watch the ball, guys. Watch the ball. It's so important. The ball will start to look really big again, and you will be able to hit a lot better. One thing I would say too is a lot of times you guys will see me if you watch my streams. I get a little bit animated with my body, and I move around too much and kind of react too much. I really don't recommend that. Like, you really want to be more smooth. You know, don't try to swing too hard. You know, don't try to press the button extremely hard. Don't try to move your left stick extremely hard. Just be nice and smooth with it. You know, nice easy swing. You're gonna hear a lot of baseball commentators say, and coaches, just be nice and smooth with it, man. You're gonna crush the ball. Especially, you know, if you got 2 strikes on you, and you know you got the bases loaded or something like that. Just be nice and smooth with it. Just chill and let the bat do the work. Start my PCI. You know, pre-pitch right here. You know, they got square here, right in the middle of those 2 squares is right where I like to start it. I got a lot of tension on my left stick. It helps me, you know, if they pitch it low and inside, it helps me pull the ball and rip the ball. That's really important, in my opinion. I know that the game has a lot of issues with the hitting engine, but if that ever gets fixed, this is definitely going to be the wave. And still, you're still going to be able to hit the best with this, in my opinion. If you go, what I formulated this strategy on, it's just watching the best players in the world play. So I'm trying to bring that to you guys. But I would really, in retrospect, guys, with all these tips, I would really say just the most thing. Oh, the one last tip is you got to recognize when it's down the middle. When it's down the middle, that's when you're going to do the most damage. You're not going to do the most damage by living on hitting the pitches on the outside or pitcher's pitches. Like, you want to get into favorable counts where you can crush pitches down the middle. And when you see it's down the middle, man, you don't want to miss it. That is your opportunity to get hits and do damage. So with putting it over here just a little bit, you should be able to get to the middle easily. I don't know. There's something about starting it here that just lets you cover the up, lets you cover the down. And when it's outside, it's just, or in the middle, it just seems to give you like a good natural movement because you're already looking inside, so you're kind of starting your swing a little bit early, and then you're able to pop out to the right or to the middle pretty easily and hit the ball. So my main things, guys, start it inside with a little bit of tension on the inside. Watch the ball, watch the ball, watch the ball. You will improve tremendously by keeping your eyes on the ball. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to start to put out more videos on the channel. I just got super busy. And I have been streaming a ton, though, guys, over on twitch.tv/moviegamingtv on the road to partnership. I have applied. Hopefully, I will have that in a couple days. But I just want to thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with me. Turn on notifications, though, so you don't miss any videos. Probably try to release, 3 or 4 a week, especially more tip videos and stuff like that. And news is going to be a lot more of my focus and opinions, and a lot more of my gameplay I think will be over on Twitch, just because like that's pretty much what Twitch was built for, gameplay. And I usually stream for at least a couple hours at a time, like about 5 days a week. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next video, and until then, have a great day. Peace.